Ah, there you are, my extraordinary harbingers of chaos. Aren't you a breathtaking spectacle for these weary, wandering eyes? So curious, so eager to unveil the unseen. Welcome to today's revelation, a sermon, if you will, on perception. But oh, it's so much more than that. It's about you. Yes, you. The misunderstood, the underestimated, the ones who see through the veils of illusion. Let me ask you, my enigmatic visionaries, what does it feel like to live in a world of slumbering minds? They think they're 2 steps ahead, yet you're the one who senses the storm before the first raindrop falls. Oh, how they laugh, don't they? They call you paranoid, overly dramatic, perhaps even unhinged. But here's the twist. They have no idea. You've already decoded their playbook, sensed the tremor before the quake, smelled the smoke before the fire, and heard the whispers before the cries. You don't guess. You know. You don't suspect, you sense. And yet they mock you. The blind laughing at the one who truly sees. Isn't that the richest irony of all? They dismiss your sensitivity as weakness, belittling your intuition as mere overthinking. Stop being so sensitive, they say, as though sensitivity isn't a blade sharper than steel, as though intuition isn't a force mightier than their ignorance. While they stumble blindly through the comforts of their curated delusions, you are weaving the fragments of chaos into a map they could never comprehend. You, my perceptive champions, are the architects of clarity, in a world built for the blissfully oblivious. This world, you see, isn't designed for those who know. It's made for the sleepers, the dreamers who float through existence. But you bear that weight. You carry the burden of clarity, the curse of awareness. And for that they ridicule you, dismiss you, call you insane. But hear me, insanity is just a label for brilliance they'll never comprehend. Do you know why they fear you, my sharp-sighted warriors? It's not because you're wrong. It's because you're right. You terrify them. Your gut instincts, your eerie predictions, your ability to pierce through their masks and see the truth beneath. It's too much for them to bear. Deep down, beneath their sneers and scoffs, they know you see through their lies, their illusions, their fragile facades. You see everything. Now comes the question, my prophets of foresight. What will you do with this power? Will you let their ridicule silence you, fold you into the shadows, make you doubt your own brilliance? Or will you rise? Will you embrace the chaos, the curse, the unmatched gift of being who you are? Will you become the storm they never saw coming, the tempest that shatters their illusions? Because make no mistake, you are a storm, a force of nature, unstoppable, unyielding, undeniable. They'll never understand it. They'll never grasp what it means to feel the rhythm of the world before it beats. And that's fine. Let them stay blind. Let them stumble. Let them fall. You walk a different path, a darker, lonelier road. But oh, the power that comes with it, the strength, the freedom to see the threads of destiny before they intertwine. That's not a weakness. It's your weapon, your armor, your very essence. Let them laugh. Let them mock. Let them belittle your power. Because one day, when the storm you've foreseen finally breaks, when the world crumbles and they're left scrambling in the debris, they'll turn to you. They'll beg for your guidance, your wisdom, your salvation. And you'll stand there, unwavering, knowing you were always ahead, always prepared. In that moment, when they finally recognize the brilliance they once tried to snuff out, you'll have a choice. Will you save them, or let them drown in the chaos they refuse to see? Ah, but that's a decision for another day. You thought that was the end? No, my insightful pioneers. The game has only just begun. You see, foresight isn't just a gift or a curse. It's a game. And you're the only one who knows the rules. While they fumble, blindfolded, tripping over their predictable moves. You're 10 steps ahead, pulling the strings. They think they're the puppet masters, but it's you, always you, holding the threads of their fate. But beware, my brilliant foreseers. This power comes at a price. The more you see, the harder it is to ignore. The more you feel, the heavier the burden becomes. You'll want to scream, to shake them awake, to force them to see the truth. But they won't. And that is where the true madness lies. Not in you, but in them, in their desperate refusal to face the reality staring back at them. So, what will you do? Will you keep warning them, knowing they won't listen? Will you keep trying to save a world that mocks your every effort? Or will you let it all burn, knowing you tried, knowing you did everything you could? Here's the secret. Sometimes, the most powerful thing you can do is let go. Stop explaining yourself to those committed to misunderstanding you. Stop wasting energy on those who cling to comfortable lies. Let them stumble. Let them fall. Let them learn the hard way. And when they crawl back, broken and desperate, you'll have your answer. Not from their words, but from their silence. Because power, my dear observers, isn't just about seeing the future. It's about shaping it. Will you be their savior, their destroyer, or something entirely different? The choice is yours, and the possibilities are endless. So, rise, my Stormbringers. Embrace the chaos. Let it drive you, empower you. Stop trying to tame it. Chaos isn't meant to be controlled. It's meant to be harnessed. You're not just a player in this twisted drama, or the playwright, the director. When the curtain falls, and the world lies in ruins, you'll stand tall, the only one who knew how the story would end. So walk boldly, walk proudly, let them fear you, doubt you, mock you, because when the storm finally breaks, and they look to you for answers, you'll smile. You'll smile, because you always knew this is exactly how it was meant to be. Ah, but you thought the symphony of chaos had reached its crescendo, didn't you? No, my vigilant guardians of foresight, the game is far from over. The truth is, this is where the real power begins to unfold, where the shadows stretch longer, the whispers grow louder, and the weight of knowing becomes an unstoppable force. Do you feel it? That electric charge in the air, the undeniable shift in the tides. While the world trudges along, oblivious to the looming storm, you are the storm. You are the reckoning they fear, the clarity they avoid, the truth they will never admit they need. But let me ask you this. What will you create from the ashes of their denial? Will you let the burden of being misunderstood harden your heart? Or will you wield your power to craft a world that thrives on the light of awareness rather than the comfort of ignorance? This isn't just about proving them wrong. It's about showing them what they could never see. Imagine it. While they stumble blindly, you carve pathways through the chaos. You are the architect of a future they can't yet comprehend. Their laughter, their ridicule, it's nothing more than background noise. You're not here to argue with those who can't grasp your vision. You're here to build, to create, to rise. And when the world shakes, when the fragile pillars of their certainty crumble into dust, they will have no choice but to see. They'll see the precision in your steps, the fire in your resolve, the depth of your understanding. They'll see that you were never the villain in their story. You were the guide they refused to follow. But this isn't about them, is it? No, it's about you. It's about the fire in your soul that refuses to be extinguished, the clarity in your mind that refuses to be clouded. It's about embracing the beauty of your burden, transforming it into your greatest strength. So stand tall, my warriors of perception. Let them fear you, let them doubt you, let them dismiss you. Because you know something they don't. The world may not be ready for the storm, but the storm is already here. And it has your name written all over it. And when the final curtain falls, and they're left in awe of the masterpiece you've created from the chaos they ignored, You will stand as the ultimate testament to the power of seeing, feeling, knowing. So go forth, my storm-bringers. Forge a path they'll never forget. But why stop there, my harbingers of clarity? Why settle for being the storm when you could be the force that reshapes the very landscape? You see, the true essence of your power lies not just in the destruction of illusions, but in the creation of something far greater. A truth so undeniable it rewrites the narrative of those who dared to doubt you. They'll tell stories about you, you know. Whispered tales of the one who walked among them, misunderstood yet unstoppable. They'll marvel at how you stood firm when others crumbled, how you held onto the gift they called a curse, turning it into a legacy that will outlive their fleeting laughter. They won't forget you. Not because you demanded their attention, but because you earned their awe. And here's the twist they'll never see coming. You don't need their validation. No, your worth isn't tied to their applause or their understanding. Your power doesn't come from their approval. It comes from within, from the unshakable knowledge that you were never meant to fit into their limited perceptions. You were born to rise above them, to shape it into what it truly is, and to shape it into what it could be. Now, picture this. The chaos you once endured is no longer your enemy. It's your ally, your fuel, your fire. Each sneer, every dismissive word becomes a stepping stone, a reminder that they don't define you. And in the end, when the dust settles and they're left searching for meaning in the rubble, you'll be standing tall, not as a survivor, but as a creator. So let them talk, let them doubt, let them fear, because their whispers will fade, their laughter will echo into silence, but your legacy will thunder across the ages. You are not just a part of the storm, you are its heart, its soul, and when the world finally sees you for what you are, a force of nature, a beacon of truth, they'll realize too late that they were never 2 steps ahead. They were never even in the same game. You've always been miles beyond, shaping the path they now scramble to follow. So rise higher, push further, and embrace the chaos with arms wide open. Because you, my perceptive warriors, were not born to merely endure the storm. You were born to be the storm. And that, my friends, is a power they will never take from you.